Let me ask you something completely honest. Have you ever sat across from a woman on a date? The evening was going well, the conversation was flowing, you felt something special in the air, but then you were not sure about anything. You did not know whether she actually liked you. You were afraid of misreading the situation and ruining everything. I understand that feeling very well. And I know that at 65, the fear of rejection carries even more weight. But I want to tell you something. The pain of rejection lasts for a little while. The regret of a missed opportunity lasts a lifetime. So today I am going to hand you a tool so you never have to guess again. Stay with me until the end of this video because sign number 5 is going to genuinely surprise you. Most men read it completely backwards. They think it means indifference, but it is actually the opposite. It is the strongest signal of attraction in the entire list. But first, do me one small favor. If you find this content valuable, go ahead and hit like. That helps this video reach more people who need it. And do not forget to subscribe so you never miss anything. Now let's get started. Before we go through each specific sign, understand this. Psychology researchers have pointed to a remarkable number. Approximately 90% of all communication is nonverbal. That means most of what she wants to tell you, she is not saying with words. She is saying it with her body. Women rarely come right out and say they are interested in you. They do not say, I like you, come a little closer. Instead, they send signals through small, subtle gestures, through their hands, through their eyes, through the way they position themselves. The problem is that most men were never taught how to read these signals. We grew up learning lessons about work. We learned how to earn money, how to fix a car, how to cook a meal, but nobody taught us how to read the signals women send. And because of that, we miss so many beautiful opportunities. Today, I am going to change that for you. Sign number 1, the neck and collarbone. Picture yourself sitting in a restaurant, candlelight flickering, soft music playing in the background. She is listening to you tell a story. And then suddenly she slowly raises her hand. She touches her neck or grazes her collarbone. What is your first instinct? You might think she has a stiff neck after a long day, or you might write it off as a meaningless habit. But in reality, this is a very significant signal. Researcher Vanessa Van Edwards documented this behavior. The act of touching the neck increases by as much as 300% when a woman is in the company of someone she is attracted to. Why the neck, you might wonder? This is a fascinating detail rooted in human evolution. The neck contains the most vital arteries in the body. It is the most sensitive and most vulnerable area we have. In the animal world, exposing the neck is a gesture of submission. It is a signal of absolute trust in the other person. When she unconsciously touches her neck in front of you, the deeper part of her brain is sending a message. That message is, I feel safe with you. I trust you enough to lower my defenses. She may also gently sweep her hair to one side, exposing the skin of her neck and shoulder for you to see. This is not random. This is pure instinct. When you notice this, respond with subtlety. Lean toward her just slightly. Smile and hold a warm, steady gaze. Do not rush in and do not shatter the moment. The composed presence of a man with age and experience behind him is the most powerful form of attraction you carry. Sign number 2, what her hands are doing. This is something a great many people overlook entirely. Pay attention to her hands and whatever she is holding. Is she slowly turning a ring on her finger? Is she running her fingers along a necklace? Or are her fingertips tracing the stem of her glass? Psychology calls this self-soothing behavior. It appears when there is turbulence happening on the inside, but not the turbulence of worry or sadness. This is the turbulence of excitement, of emotions rising. Your presence is generating a particular kind of energy. That energy needs somewhere to go, somewhere to be held, and so it finds its way into her hands and the objects near her. Let me tell you the story of Robert. Robert is a friend of mine, 70 years old. He is charming, funny, and genuinely warm. Robert went to a dinner party and met a woman there. The two of them sat and talked through the entire evening. Throughout the whole conversation, she kept playing with her necklace. Robert noticed and started to worry. He thought she was restless and ready to wrap things up. He was about to stand up and say his goodbyes early. Fortunately, he told me about it first. And I asked him one very simple question. Where exactly was that necklace resting on her? Robert thought about it and said, right at the front near her chest. I told him, that is not restlessness. She was unconsciously drawing his eyes toward the most captivating part of herself. It is a completely natural psychological behavior. She was not doing it deliberately, but her body was. The body is always far more honest than words. Robert laughed out loud and shook his head. He said, I almost walked away from a wonderful evening. And after that dinner party, they went on to have many more dates together. Robert's story reminds me of something important. Sometimes all it takes is knowing how to look and everything changes. Have you ever been in a situation like Robert's? Share it in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear your story. Sign number 3, her attention on her own lips. Now we come to the third sign, and this is the one that science has the most data on. It is her special attention directed at her own lips. Watch her face while you are talking. Is she gently running her tongue across her lips? lips? Does she suddenly reach for her lip balm, or does she lightly press a fingertip to her mouth? Eye tracking studies have revealed something very interesting. Men spend as much as 43% of their time looking at a woman's lips during conversation. Women understand this on a deeply instinctive level. They know the lips draw more attention than almost anything else. So when she directs focus toward her own lips, she is creating a deliberate point of emphasis. She wants you to look. She wants you to notice her. That is precisely why lip color was invented thousands of years ago, to make the lips more vivid, more alive, and more inviting. When she does this, while looking directly into your eyes, it is a clear invitation without a single word being spoken, an invitation toward connection and closeness. You do not need to do anything complicated in response. Simply hold a warm, sincere gaze. Smile the way a man with some experience behind him naturally smiles. At our age, subtlety is worth more than anything else. Do not stare too long, or it will have the opposite effect. Let your eyes communicate genuine interest and nothing more. Sign number 4, mirroring. This is the sign I love talking about most. Psychology calls it mirroring. It is the most beautiful phenomenon in all of body language. Pay attention to whether she is reflecting your movements back to you. You take a sip of your coffee, she takes one too. You lean to your left, she leans that way as well. A soft smile crosses your face and one appears on hers. This is not coincidence. This is the body language of two people whose spirits are in harmony. When two people are genuinely connecting at a deep level, their bodies will automatically synchronize with each other, like two musicians playing the same piece of music together. When the timing aligns, the music becomes something beautiful. Mirroring tells you she is genuinely at ease. She is fully present and completely focused on you. She wants to merge into your energy and your world. There is a simple way to test this in the moment. Shift your sitting position naturally and casually. Then wait and see whether she adjusts hers within a few seconds. If she moves in a similar direction, congratulations, a real connection has already formed between you. On the other hand, if she sits rigid with her arms crossed, that is a sign of guardedness and a closed door. But even then, do not give up too soon. Try to make her laugh, shift the energy just a little. The genuine warmth you carry will gradually open that door. Sign number 5, framing her face with her hands. And now we arrive at the 5th sign, the one I promised you at the beginning of this video, the one that most men completely misread. And because of that misreading, they walk away from a golden opportunity. I call this facial framing. Picture this specific situation. You are telling her about a trip that meant something to you, or you are sharing something you are passionate about. You glance over and see her resting her chin in her hands, both palms cradling her face, eyes looking straight into yours, completely still, not interrupting, not moving at all. What goes through your mind in that moment? 90% of men will think exactly this. She must be bored with me. The story is not landing. They start speaking faster, getting more anxious. They decide to rush to the end and wrap it up quickly. Stop right there, gentlemen. Do not do that. You are about to make a very costly mistake. In behavioral psychology, this gesture has its own name. It is called facial framing. When she rests her chin on her hands, she is creating a very deliberate frame, a frame around her own face. And the message hidden inside that gesture is unmistakable. She is saying to you, look at me. Pay attention to this face, to these eyes. This is a sign of admiration and of being completely drawn in. She is placing herself in her most open and vulnerable state. She is letting her guard down entirely in your presence. She is not bored with you. It is the complete opposite. She is drinking in every word you say. This is one of the strongest attraction signals there is. It only appears when she genuinely likes you. When you recognize this sign, do one thing. Slow your pace down. Do not rush toward an ending. Look into her eyes for just a moment. Let that quiet pause exist between you for a breath or two. Genuine silence sometimes says far more than words ever could. Smile softly and continue your story. Let her see that you have noticed her attention and that you appreciate it naturally without making a production of it. That is the moment when real connection truly comes alive. All right, we have now walked through all 5 important signs. Let me bring them together for you one more time. Sign number 1 is touching the neck and collarbone. That is a signal of trust and the feeling of safety. Sign number 2 is fidgeting with jewelry or nearby objects. That is excitement, looking for somewhere to go. Sign number 3 is drawing attention to her lips. That is a clear invitation that needs no words. Sign number 4 is mirroring your movements. That is proof of deep harmony and genuine connection. And sign number 5 is framing her face with her hands. That is one of the strongest signals of attraction, not boredom. What is the single biggest lesson I want you to take home today? It is this: a woman's body always tells the truth. Words can mask what is happening inside. But body language never lies. Biological instinct does not know how to pretend. When she is sending those signals to you, she has already met you halfway. Your job is simply to take the other half of that step. Do not stand still and let the opportunity pass right in front of your eyes. Do not let fear freeze you like a deer caught in headlights. Observe and listen with your eyes and trust in the real value you carry. At 65, you have things that are genuinely precious. Things that no younger man can possibly replicate. You have experience that has been earned across decades. You have a depth of understanding of people that keeps growing. You have patience and a maturity of spirit that took a lifetime to develop. You have a real story, not a performance. These are the things that truly mature women long for. Not surface shine or smooth words, but honesty, depth, and an unshakable inner steadiness. Bring those things forward and carry them with confidence. Begin practicing what I shared today in your very next encounter. No rush, no need to be perfect from the start. Just pay a little more attention during the next time you meet someone. You will find that the world around you starts to shift. You will begin to catch the signals you used to walk right past. Thank you, gentlemen, for staying with me all the way to the end of this video. If you found this content valuable and worth your time, hit like to support this channel and share this video with a friend who needs it, a friend who has quietly been hoping for new connections. Leave a comment and tell me your story. Have you ever missed any of these signs? I read every single comment and I genuinely want to know. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Next week, we are going to talk about something even more compelling: 7 things women want men to do but never say out loud. I promise it will be a video you cannot afford to skip. Wishing all of you gentlemen truly wonderful experiences ahead. I will see you in our next video. Warm regards, and until we meet again.